Imagine growing up in a place where you were expected to fail. Kendrick Lamar grew up in Compton, California, which is one of the most crime-filled and racially discriminated cities in America. Kendrick Lamar was a good kid growing up in a mad city, as described in his second album, Good Kid, Mad City, which discussed a lot about his early life. Then, after describing his past in his second album, Kendrick releases To Pimp a Butterfly, which was released in 2015 during Obama's presidency and portrayed a sign of hope that racism and segregation is decreasing, but still showed the changes that need to happen in America. And through To Pimp a Butterfly, people started to believe change is possible and that one day everything will be alright. Living in a dreadful and doubtful home, Kendrick Lamar was able to use his childhood to impact and inform his audience about racism and discrimination in areas like Compton. Kendrick lived a very violent childhood, but he was still the good kid seen in his album Good Kid, Mad City. In Kendrick's album Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick describes his life in Compton. In one of the songs of the album, The Art of Peer Pressure, he talks about being peer pressured to go rob a house with his friends even though he didn't want to. That's why he's a good kid in the Mad City. He also talks about his friends being killed by a cop for something he has not done, and justice was not done for his friend, which showed Kendrick the wrongs of America. The album does a very good job on describing the lifestyle of Compton native through crimes, violence, and discrimination, which allows his audience to relate and connect with him. And through the connection that Kendrick created with his audience, he was able to influence his audience in his next album. In Kendrick's album, To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick gives hope and guidance to people that discriminated in America. In his song You, Kendrick reveals to his audience that he has been through depression and was at a point in his life to almost killing himself. But in his song Alright, and his next song Alright, which was right after You, he shows that he defeated his depression and gave hope to African Americans who have been through the same thing, and let them know that everything will be alright through peace and unity. Kendrick's album To Pimp a Butterfly impacted people across the nation. Kendrick's album was so powerful, people from his hometown started using his album to create change. People were realizing the change that needs to happen. And because of how powerful Kendrick's album was, people started to push for these changes. New stations started talking about the impact of the album, and even Kendrick was able to meet with President Obama at the time to discuss about the solutions to the issues that Kendrick discusses throughout his album To Pimp a Butterfly. Kendrick's album was also immortalized in Harvard University's library. I find Kendrick's story and life to be very motivational. It allows for people to believe that anything is possible and that working hard for something that you believe in could result in a very good outcome. So hopefully next time you listen to Kendrick's music, you can be inspired and motivated just like I was inspired and motivated by his music. Thank you.